Emma thought I was smiling this morning because it was my anniversary. Emma, it was just red and green bell peppers. Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm the magnificent Randy Twyford.
Ooh.
And yeah. I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 77. 76. 77.
77. Remember 76 trombones? And somebody commented about 77, how they couldn't wait. But what was that comment? I don't remember.
It says, can't wait until episode 77. 8 more than 69.
Oh, 8 more than 69. I had never heard that one before.
I hadn't either.
Thanks, Chad.
Who ate more? Who ate more, Chad?
I was hoping you didn't see that.
I saw it. I see everything, Emma.
I know.
Except for I didn't see the Instagram comment until this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning about.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
The low tech. Boy, you see everything. Why didn't you see it 4 days ago?
Well, I did, but I was saving it to just ask you now. I know you're a busy guy, so I was going to bring it up pre-recording.
Our utensils that we order from low tech sales.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to social media.
Me neither.
Right?
Who needs it?
I just haven't had time, but
we do.
You have time?
I make time.
I don't have time.
I don't have a time.
I'm trying. I make time because
you know how precious time is.
Oh, I know.
Last night,
I know.
Sherry says to me, she goes, "Will you sit down and watch the football game with me?" And we got out of the restaurant last night about 5:45. And right as we're getting ready to leave, because we were there and I was working on stuff and she was painting this new booth we had built up in our waiting area. And so I had a guy custom build me a booth, and he didn't think he was going to get it done. I'm like, come on, you bastard. Come on, Joe. You can get her done. You can get it done. I was pushing him all day. And he got it done in one day, got this booth all built so that we could get it done, got it all finished up. And Sherry, we painted it black. And so she needed to get it painted yesterday, and she wouldn't let me touch the paintbrush because she knew I'd screw it up. And she loves to paint until her back hurts, and then she doesn't love to paint. But then today she needs to get at least a coat of polyurethane on it. So tomorrow we can get another coat. So hopefully that'll be enough. Otherwise, we're going to have to recruit somebody to come put polyurethane while we're at the Jack. But anyway, needless to say, last night she goes, can you just sit down? The football game starts at 6:30. Can you watch the football game with me? I said, well, I can try, but I can try. I haven't sat down for a long time, but I can try. And so right then her mom calls and she goes, I can't get any sound on my TV. And I said, okay, I'll be over. Sure, you go home. I'll be there. So I go over and look through, couldn't get the sound work. Finally, I did the old reboot on the MediaCom box because that's what the internet said. And we got her sound working and everything was fine. I get home. I'm quick, make dinner for us. And I sit down halfway through the first quarter and I watch the football game, and we get to almost halftime. And I said, I can't sit here. I just going to have to go to bed. I can't. I can't. When I sit down, I am done.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going
instead
to bed.
Of sitting there fighting it.
So I went to bed. And of course I had been up since I was at the jam yesterday at 4 o'clock in the morning, watering sodden trees.
How's the sodden trees coming along?
Pretty good, except for they hadn't had a drink all week long, and it was supposed to be 93 and windy yesterday, which it was.
Yeah, I was going to say it definitely was.
So Friday afternoon, my main guy goes, I haven't had a chance to get water on those this week, and it's going to be hot. We're going to have to figure out how to get water on them in the morning. I'm like, don't worry, I'll get her done. So I had woke up normally at 3:30, and so I just quick jumped in the shower, went over, and man, what a peaceful morning. I'm sitting out there just water. Oh, it's 4:00 in the morning, I got my cup of coffee and I'm just walking around with the water hose. I spent 2.5 hours. And I'm like, man, it's a little chilly out here. I didn't have a coat on. I'm like, man, it's a little chilly out. And then I get ready to go to breakfast because I'm not missing breakfast. And I quick ran up to the chicken because I had to get everything turned on because we had a catering at 10 o'clock and they weren't, they were coming in. So I got everything kind of prepped up for them for the catering ready to go. And I looked at the truck and it was 60 degrees outside. And I'm like, no wonder I was a little chilly.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway, got that all
That
done.
time of year.
Got everything watered and whatever. Well, of course, then this morning, 3:45, here I am. Popped right out of bed. Sherry and I's anniversary, 34 years.
There, congratulations.
So, yeah,
congratulations.
She was up out of bed, ready to go to work. And so I got up and I went into the zone, grabbed the chicken. I started trimming the jack chicken and I got my sauces made and my injections all
good deal.
Sorted out and got the rubs. And so I'm like, if I don't get some of this done this morning, I'm going to be struggling tomorrow trying to
get caught up,
trying to get that done. So trying to allocate, it's crazy where you have to allocate hour by hour on the weekend, trying to busy schedule. It's crazy. I love it. I love every minute of it. People think I'm nuts.
We live very different lives.
Yeah, people talk about taking naps and stuff. People like, yeah, I watched football. I laid on the couch yesterday. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Wow. What's a couch?
I've been a little sick this week, but Friday.
Randy's kind of sick too in the head.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I have been for years.
A totally different situation. Yeah.
Right.
I came up with a couple acronyms,
Friday,
and I can't remember what they are. I'm going to have to study on those.
Oh, you can.
I thought of a couple. One of them hit me this morning, and carry on.
Yeah. Boop, there goes the combine.
Not yet. The boys aren't out. Well, it's been dry, so a lot of harvest done out here on Twyford Road, and we still got to get our corn out.
Okay, back to Emma's nap.
Okay,
I was just saying that. Yeah,
reel him in. Come on, Virgil, reel him in.
I managed to not eat. I don't even think I left the house on Friday. Actually, I didn't leave the house on Friday. I mean, I've been sick, but also I haven't been doing anything. And it's been nice.
Oh, here's the one I was thinking about.
Jesus.
IWBB.
What is it?
IWBB?
Yeah.
BB or BD?
BB. I will be back.
We're guessing.
He said I will be back?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to BRB?
Be right back.
I don't want to be right back. I will be back. This is another term for it. So if you want to tell somebody, I'm going to be back, not that I'm going to be right back. This is I will be back. So IWBB. So that's one free to use. Anybody wants to use IWBB. It's not the sensitive version.
I thought it was like I will bang bitches or something like that.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
That's called diversity. I will bang bitches.
Diversity or diversity?
It's diversity.
You know what? That kind of goes together. I will be back and I will bang bitches. There you go.
No.
Boom.
Nope.
So that's the acronym for today.
Throw up.
Acronym of the day.
Yeah.
Hey, we just got a new segment. Acronym of the day. And Randy's responsible for that every week.
Somebody did ask for an acronym an episode.
Episode.
I was a little on edge about it, and this is why I didn't want to do it, and I still don't want to do it.
But we're going to do it.
Here, let me add another one to it. RAE.
What's RAE? Oh,
Randy's acronym. Fuck, I forgot what the E was for.
It should. God, Randy.
RAD, Randy's acronym of the day.
We're Where's the O? And the T?
What?
It's acronyms. You don't need those kind of things.
What? Why wouldn't it just be RAS? Randy's acronym segment.
No.
Oh, I know what it was. Randy's acronym episode.
That's
No.
no.
Jesus.
You're not getting a
Move
whole
on.
episode.
We're moving on.
Okay.
How
We're
was
not
your
giving
week?
you a whole episode.
So Emma, so you were
Yeah.
sick?
Yeah.
Is
I've
that
been
because your
fighting a
mom? Is that because your mom didn't let you drink out of the hose water off the house when you were
No.
younger?
No, she definitely let me do that.
Oh,
I also share water. My dog and I drink out of the same water sometimes. We're on a walk.
your immune system.
Yeah, my immune's. I think it's just time of year, temperature changes. Wasn't fully prepared. Got a little chilly.
Huh.
It's all good. We're on the up and up.
Okay.
I think
Speaking
today
of
I'm going to
my
wash all
dog.
my hoodies and stuff.
You
Get all
haven't?
that done.
Wait. You haven't been wearing your hoodies year round? That's crazy.
No, too fucking hot.
Randy, you want to hear a problem that I have?
So-
I heard about this problem and it's exciting. It's exciting.
So I don't have any hoodies, right? Because
Right.
the only hoodies I own are 4XL.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm like, well, I got to go hoodies. So I'm like, we got to have some hoodies in here. I'll find some hoodies in the closet here, some old Big Papa ones and whatever. So I go flipping through. Yeah, the only hoodies that fit are XL now. I'm an XLer.
Well, that's good.
It's huge.
What? Right. So, but we're all out of damn XL hoodies.
No, I thought you guys had one. That's why you.
Well, we only had one, so then we go around, and I'm trying to find some that I can imprint the Smokey D's logo on, which, by the way, Emma, where are the little patches? Didn't we have a bunch of the little front patches? I can't find any of them. Didn't we have where are they at? They're not in those boxes.
They should maybe. Did you check a drawer of that desk?
No.
I would check maybe like a bottom drawer.
Would they be in the drawer, not in the boxes?
No, they would be in the box, in the in the blue and red and white box.
Yeah, they weren't in the boxes.
They should be under all of the cheesecake ones.
Yeah, no, I didn't see them, but I'll look again. We won't tie up podcasts. Nobody cares about our logo stuff. So anyway, we go to two different stores, and guess what? Nobody has XL. And Sherry bitched at
What
me for
size do
years
they
that
have?
she never could find 4XL stuff. She goes, if you just lose some weight, it'd be a lot easier to find you clothes. And so then I lose weight, and guess what? Now I can't find any XL stuff.
What size
What the
could you
hell?
find? What size could you find?
Oh, there was all kinds of 3XL and 4XL shit on the rack.
Yeah. Yeah.
XL is a very popular size.
Yeah, well, I'm either going to have to go down to a medium or I'm going to have to gain weight back.
What happened
Don't
to
go to a
large?
medium.
Or I'm going to have to order stuff in and maybe think about this shit more than 2 days before I leave for the Jack.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't want to be prepared.
No, not at all.
God forbid you be prepared.
I suppose I'll just buy some new shit down there. I just thought it'd be good to maybe have something with Smokey D's on it when I showed up.
Sure.
I mean, it won't
Sure.
look good on stage.
There might be an extra large hoodie in that bag of crap from me.
I sent it home with your mom.
Hey,
a long
speaking
time ago.
of,
Well, it was her
speaking
stuff
of-
to begin with. So.
Speaking of being ready, how ready is the restaurant?
We're coming.
I was gonna say you've been doing some work,
we're
cooking
moving,
and stuff.
We're
in there.
We're moving right along. We had we've been through the menu 1.5 times. We went through a full cook with the cooks this week. The first time they went through, they were pretty slow. Then they went through yesterday. We had a meeting with all the servers, kind of a introduction and kind of how the system works. And we cooked kind of our specialty items that are kind of new to the menu, new things that, you find in every hometown diner, like avocado toast.
Right.
Things like just we took like our spin on the burger and, our soon to be famous French toast.
Right.
Where I guess we haven't talked much about menu items, but our soon to be famous French toast, where we're taking our French toast and dipping one side of it in cinnamon toast crunch.
Right.
And our Monte Cristo that's not deep fried, but actually has ham and turkey, an American Swiss cheese with a spicy raspberry jalapeno jam on it.
Homemade.
It actually has
homemade.
Homemade, and actually has a little Dijon mustard mixed in with it to give it a little twang. Don't tell anybody that doesn't like mustard. They won't know it's even there on that French toast. That's by far the crowd favorite. That's everybody that's tasted that sandwich has just went nuts on that sandwich. Really? And just kind of went through the menu, and it went everybody just crazy. But as I'm explaining this menu through to these servers yesterday, it just dawned on me that nearly everything on that entire menu is made from scratch. And I didn't even, I'm not sure I designed it that way. It just ended up that way. And I think that's just my style. That why would you buy something when you can make it? But I tried to keep it simplistic. It's not anything difficult. I'm not curing my own ham, of course.
Sure.
And I'm not making my own bacon, but we are making all our own sausages. We've talked about that. We are buying a box pancake mix because the pancake mix that we found, we had made our own pancake, but we found a box mix that was just so much better and so much more consistent. But other than that, outside the vegetables but I do have an idea. I do have a plot out back that I'm thinking about putting a raised garden in. And actually raising green beans and stuff like that for the
that would
next
be
year.
Neat.
It's right out kind of on the entrance offside. It would make a beautiful place for a garden, and it's right above the septic tank.
Oh,
so I think shit would grow.
Yeah, there you go. But
I mean, there's no better garden than right over lateral lines.
Thanks, Randy.
Right.
That's how it took.
Right.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Always
so
moisture there. Always moisture.
Always moisture. But the big thing is it's somewhat close to the road, so it would be how do you keep people from picking your stuff? But I think it would be kind of cool to do some of that stuff, to have some vegetables that were, kind of featured, like that. We still got a little bit of work to do. I was trying to outsource jam production. I struck out again for about the third time on Friday. I talked to a little old lady down in Winterset that's retired that I thought was going to be a good thing. And when I talked about needing multiple gallons of jam a week, that kind of threw her out. But she taught me a lot about jam making. She says, honey, you need any help, I'll help you. She goes, I'm not going to give you my recipe, but she goes, I'll tell you. I use all fresh fruit, but I cut it up and I throw it in the freezer when it's on sale at Aldi. When it goes on sale at Aldi, I go right to Aldi and buy all I can. And I cut it up and I throw it right in the freezer in bags according to what my recipe is. And she goes, the other thing I'll tell you, they say never double a jam recipe, but you can do it, honey. You can do it. I do it all the time. But her number one selling jam was a jam that's strawberry, cantaloupe, and banana.
Really?
And she goes, it sounds horrible, but somehow the flavors just work together.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, Amanda's struggled and she's made a few batches of jam. And the first batch I ever made of jam, I'm like, man, this is easy. What's the problem? Right. And then I turned it over to Amanda, and then she kind of first she ordered kind of the wrong strawberries. Some had sugar in them already. And so she struggled a little bit with knowing if it was going to set up right. So when you make jam, you're trying to figure out if it's going to set up right because it's hot and it's not,
right.
You're trying to figure out if it's going to set up right. Well, this dear little old lady says, "Oh, honey, you got to have a refractometer." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You got to have a refractometer." She goes,
"You
"I've
heard
had
what?
one for 40 years." A refractometer. And so she goes, "Make sure you don't get the beer one. Make sure you get one for honey and jam." I said, "What's that?" And she goes, "Well, it's a little thing." She goes, "In the olden days, we used to take," are you going to sneeze there?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? But this refractometer, she said, in the olden days, you used to take when your jam was boiling and you took it to a boil, you took a spoonful of jam and you put it on a clear plate and you turned the clear plate and you watched the way it run down the plate. And the way it ran down the plate, you could tell if it was thick enough, the way it ran down the plate. And that's the way the old timers seen if jam was thick enough. If not, they added more pectin to it.
Right.
She says, but the more precise science way of doing it is you buy a refractometer, which you can buy for $20 or $30, or you can buy for $400. It's a little instrument that has a clear slide. It's almost like remember in school when you had the microscope little slides that you did?
Right.
It has a glass plate on it. And so you take a little dollop of your jam when it's been boiled, and you put a drop of it on there, and you let it, and you push the button, and it will tell you a percentage that measures something. And I've only got about 15 or 20 minutes worth of research because that's all the time I had. But it measures the percentage of something. Okay. And she says, once it reaches 65%, then it's good to go. She goes, if you're under 65%, you need to add more pectin. You just add more pectin, stir it up a little bit. Once it gets 65%, you're good to go, honey. And then you can shut it off and cool it down, and your jam is good to go.
I'll be damned.
And she says some jams are a little higher, but rule of thumb is 65% is on your refractometer.
On your refractometer.
Is on the refractometer. Buy them on Amazon. Just make sure you don't get one for beer, because sometimes the beer refractometer, I guess, are evidently low. But yeah, interesting. And I told that to Amanda, and she's like, "You got to be shitting me." I'm like, "No, you just got to talk to the little old lady." I had a great conversation with her. But so, it's funny. We're dealing with all these little details, down to, even though we're a jam place, you got to have these little Smucker's jellies, because I know somebody's going to ask for jelly, right?
Right.
Well, you gotta have. We're down to that level of detail now. You got to have them little holders, and I'm like, "Oh, where do you get these sumbitches?" "Oh, so I go. Oh no, they give them for free. You got to go to Smucker's portal, and you go to a secret website that Smucker's have, which I acquired from another restaurant manager. And you go to a Smucker's website, and you can buy them bitches you can buy different sizes of them. So you go in, you log in, and you say, "Hey, I buy Smucker's, and here's my stuff." And so I got 10 dozen of those bitches on the way. So you can, just all kinds of little detail stuff that, of course it's got marketing stuff, but we're to that level of detail that we're working on trying to get all that stuff set up. But in the meantime, this morning, as I'm trimming my chicken, I'm sitting there going, I really had two things I needed to accomplish this week. I have a spice company. I'm trying to get my chorizo and sausage and Italian sausage seasoning mixes made commercially for me. So I'm not doing that at home, so I can stay ahead, so that I can actually send that to the Milo locker and actually have those sausages made for me instead of me manually mixing those sausages myself. So we can stay ahead. That would take hours a week off my plate. So they gave me the contact to get that done a week ago. Still didn't find time this week to make that happen, but it's a matter of investing 20 minutes or a half hour of my day to get that done.
Right.
Still finding this jam. I mean, I need to work on the big picture items instead of this little shit.
Right.
But they all got to get done. So we're getting
Let's go
close.
back and revisit. You said you're making everything pretty well. Everything's from scratch that you're going to have at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, going back to food costs, do you feel like your food costs are lower, or do you know are your food costs lower or higher making it yourself?
Much lower.
Really?
Much lower. Now,
why do you
I know
think
if
that?
Why do I think that? Well, take for instance, and I know if I outsource something like, let's take for sausage, for instance.
Right.
So right now, the majority of my sausage is coming out of my pork tenderloin trim. So I've already got my pork tenderloin trim priced into my pork tenderloin. So I'm buying pork loins for $2 a pound, right? $2.05 a pound right now. But I've already got the price because I'm trimming all the red meat off. I'm trimming all the fat off of it, which is amazing sausage material. That would normally go into right now it goes in the freezer to make our Italian sausage mix, but we have an excess of this stuff. Well, now I'm not using it used to go in the trash. And that's why we created and started making our own Italian sausage. And that's why we really and we used to buy ground pork for our ham balls, right? So that's why now we have the ground pork. We take that trim and we put it in our ham balls and that we make from scratch. And that's why we make Italian sausage. So we came up with an Italian sausage recipe, and that's why we have lasagna as our Monday special to use up that trim. But we go through so many tenderloins that we still have a huge excess of this trim. We still build a lot of inventory. So now I'm starting to use that inventory, that excess inventory, to make sausage with. And it's a really good 60-40 to 70-30 mix of fat to meat ratio.
Right.
Because we can't have any pink on those tenderloins. If you have pink on the tenderloin, people will send it back saying this isn't done. So we trim all that pink off. We trim all that butt meat off that loin. And people are like, that's expensive, but we've already priced that into our loin. So we can throw it away and it's already priced in. So this meat is free.
Free meat. Okay.
Now, it's free, but we're not treating it as free meat. We're going to price it in like it's $2 a pound, like the raw tenderloin is.
Sure.
So now we're taking $2 a pound and we're taking seasoning, let's say we're taking seasoning, and we'll do the math. Even if our seasoning, is costing us $3.25 a pound divided by 16. So that's 20 cents an ounce.
Okay.
Right. And so we're adding, let's say 2 ounces per pound. You got 40 cents an ounce, so now let's say our sausage costs us $2.40 an ounce. So now $2.40 an ounce or $2.40 a pound.
A pound.
Divided by 6. Yeah. That's 15 cents an ounce. So if I send out 2-ounce patties, that's 4 ounces. Now it costs me 60 cents for a portion of sausage.
Right. As I've compared to if you went to Wampler's or something like that, what that would cost from them.
Would cost more than that. So, and there is a little bit of labor in there, but not really, because I'm already trimming the tenderloin.
Sure,
you're already doing part of it. I'm already grinding the meat, right? So the only additional step is I've got a meat mixer sitting right there that all I'm doing is throwing the meat mixer on, taking the ground sausage, throwing it in the meat mixer, dumping the seasoning in, letting it meat mix, and off I go. So there's not that much more additional work. But plus, the beauty with plus
it's homemade.
It's like nobody else has. Right?
Exactly. It's not like everybody's getting from Wampler's.
This wasn't. I mean, the Italian sausage took forever. The chorizo, I've been working 9 months on that chorizo recipe. The breakfast sausage recipe, the same, a lot of time and a lot of people to get this to the point where it is. Now, I know if I take that chorizo recipe now to a commercial thing, and the cost would probably actually come down, I'm hoping, getting it commercially made because they're going to buy spices a lot cheaper than I'm going to buy spices because they're buying it bulk. Maybe it changes the taste a little bit. Maybe it does, but nobody's tasted it yet. Right? So I wish I would have been going through this exercise 2 months ago, but nobody's tasted it yet.
Right.
So if I can hurry up and get this process before we open, then nobody's tasted it yet except for our internal people and friends and everybody that's tasted it. You know, so interesting. But if I do outsource it, and let's say my sausage still costs me $3.50 a pound, but I have zero work, I'm still cheaper at $3.50 a pound than I'm paying buying a sausage in that's going to cost $4.50 a pound or something for a pre-made patty that's already done.
That everybody else has.
But it's homemade.
Yes. Yeah. That's the key, I think.
Right.
So I was just curious.
And then the other thing,
how that would work with cost.
Then the other thing we've discovered is, you know, every time we talk about, we look around this kitchen and it's just a galley kitchen. It's not very big. And we start talking about prep and how are we going to prep all this stuff? And we're like, you know, because you got onions and peppers you got to dice and mushroom, and you go through the list and how are we going to slice all this? You know, you got all the meats, you got your ham and your turkey and which we already have at the barbecue restaurant. You got your ham and your turkey, and we got capicola and you got salami and you got just all kinds of, you got corned beef and you got just all kinds of different stuff.
Right.
And you got peppers and onions and green peppers and red peppers and jalapeno. How are we going to get this done? Because if you're going balls to the wall as you open from 6 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, who's going to prep this? And first, where are you going to prep it at? I mean, literally our prep space in this kitchen is you're either on a cutting board on a refrigerated prep table, and during service, you're not going to be able to use that. Right. Or there is really 2 foot by 4 foot table. That's our prep space.
Wow.
So we've been discussing that, and, you know, but at the barbecue restaurant, we have all kinds of capacity in the afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because we're in between lunch periods. So now we're designing a prep list where we assign, you know, 1 or 2 people to that prep list. So at 2 o'clock, we'll do an inventory. Hey, we need 15 slices of ham and we'll have a spec. We need 15 slices of ham. We need 30 slices of turkey. I need 2 pounds of shredded mozzarella. I need 3 pounds of shredded cheddar. I need this many times. And so we have 6 different cheeses that we'll slice or shred. And we have ham that we need diced. We need it sliced. We need it ground. Whatever we do.
Right.
And we'll send that prep list electronically to Second Avenue so they just have it. They can spend 2 hours knocking out that prep list, dicing peppers, dicing onions, whatever. Then the next morning, we're going to have somebody come in from Second Avenue, come into that restaurant, make a batch of homemade sausage gravy, make a batch of hollandaise sauce, turn on all the griddles, put that stuff in the warmer, in the CVAP warmer. It's ready to go at 5:30 in the morning. Go back to Second Avenue, start that restaurant up and get everything going. And we get cooks that come in. They turn on the steam well, drop the stuff. They're ready to go. And we're off and running. And now we're rinse and repeat. So I don't need really any prep. At the Jam restaurant because I can utilize my resources that I have a lot more of at Second Avenue, and I can further what I want to say. I can get a lot more throughput out of my employees at Second Avenue by doing that, which takes my overall operation and improves it.
Now, just for people that don't know, Second Avenue is the Smokey D's restaurant, your main restaurant.
That's the big commissary restaurant.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just for those that didn't know.
Right. And so by 3 o'clock, I've got an entire room at 3 o'clock where we call it, the meat room where all the meat production happens. At 3 o'clock, they're loading up the smokers for the next day. And at 3 o'clock, that room is empty. The only thing they're doing in that room is they're, at 4 o'clock, they're going to start pulling off ribs for the night. But otherwise, that room has been mopped and spick and span, ready to go for the next day.
Sure.
So we got the slicers sitting there spick and span clean. We got 2 prep tables. We got all that stuff that even if catering is in the other room still going crazy from a prep standpoint on a busy day, we still got this meat room that's sitting there ready to go. And guess what? They got till close to get this done. Now, of course, these people are going to, those workers are going to go back to the line at night. We're not going to hire other people to do it. We're just going to utilize these people. So it's a matter of them catching the spec and us, but we're using it like pico de gallo. We're putting pico de gallo on that menu. Well, we also have pico de gallo on the chicken menu. Well, they make their own pico de gallo. We're going to make pico de gallo and we're going to have it on all 3 menus. And we're going to make pico de gallo by the gallon. And we're going to make it every day. So it's fresh every single day at all the operations. And so then, we've developed, now we've got a distribution problem, right? Well, we're identifying that distribution problem, and we've already identified a person to handle this distribution problem where we have a person that's what they do. They
get stuff out to the locations.
They handle a distribution in between the locations on a daily basis.
Huh.
So you're using your labor.
A well-oiled machine.
You're using your labor that you haven't been using as much as you could have.
Well, yeah. They're still, they're utilized, but they could, if you're, for instance, one of the things, let's talk about diced green peppers. Okay. So diced green peppers, today we don't dice green peppers in bulk. Okay. When we dice green peppers for a recipe. So when we get ready to make pasta salad, we grab 2 or 3 diced green peppers, and as part of that prep for that pasta salad, we grab 2 or 3 and we chop them up and we dice them and whatever. Okay. Well, now we're going to go through a lot of diced green peppers. So now every day we're going to take 20 diced green peppers and we're going to chop them up and dice them up and put them in a container. And so we're going to have pounds of them. So when I get ready to make the pasta salad recipe, the recipe doesn't become this many green peppers. It becomes this many pounds or this many ounces of green peppers. Sure. So not only does my recipe become better, because when I say 3 green peppers, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small.
Sure.
Now I become even more consistent because now I'm exactly in a batch putting 8 ounces of green peppers in. It's not this many green peppers. So now I've also saved time making pasta salad, right? Because now all I got to do to make pasta salad is boil the noodles. And now I'm just grabbing, hey, here's my red peppers. Here's my green peppers. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just assembling, right?
Exactly.
So now I've just cut my pasta salad recipe prep in half because I don't have to do the vegetable prep because it just got done in the middle of the afternoon with everybody else.
Yeah.
Plus, we used to only buy 12 count red peppers. Now I can buy bushel of red peppers.
And I'm sure get a better price.
Peppers are only a few dollars more to buy a bushel than it is to buy. So it drives my overall cost of my system down.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a great idea of using your labor in the afternoon to do all that prep work.
This is the kind of stuff that just makes me smile.
Yeah.
Emma thought I was smiling this morning because it was my anniversary. Emma, it was just red and green bell peppers.
Red and green bell peppers.
I'm sure Sherry's going to love that.
Oh, God.
It was just red and green bell peppers. But that's about scale. And that's where, if you're a small guy, it's hard. That's where you're going to struggle. That's where you struggle because you're stuck with first, if you don't have time, you're forced to buy the diced green pepper, diced red pepper, which is twice as expensive.
Right.
And then you got to deal with, if you waste it, then you're really screwed, or you're going to buy it frozen. And if you buy it frozen, the quality is not even close.
No.
Or you're going to run to Aldi to get it. So you're going to spend a lot of time in transportation, which that costs you money.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And so, and we've identified that too, though. We've identified there's certain items that if we can't turn it, it's okay to run to Sam's Club. It's okay. I'm expecting that we're going to run to Sam's Club every day. Right? Today, we bitch about having to go to Sam's Club twice a week. No. We're going to just, if we're not turning something in the quantity, if we can't buy it in a small enough quantity that we want to use, then we're just going to buy it. We're just going to buy it at Sam's Club if it's a consistent quality. Because Sam's Club is literally a half a mile or a mile from this new restaurant. And it's only 5 minutes. And if we're going to be there, let's just be there. But we have to get the controls that we're not going to go there 5 times a day.
Right.
You place your order by this time, and we'll get it for you, and it will be delivered at this time. And that's where we have to improve from a distribution standpoint. And that's our ultimate goal.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's why you're drinking smart water.
Jesus.
I do love me some smart water.
God,
It's working.
I feel like that's why you asked Randy to be on this podcast sometimes, just because he really boosts your ego. Not that he shouldn't, but sometimes...
Emma, you've known me long enough that my ego doesn't need boosted.
That's valid. I didn't say it needed to be, but Randy does it. No offense, Randy. That's not a dig on you. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the fact. I'm just stating a fact. If it wasn't for the help that Darren gave us, we wouldn't be in business.
I'm not saying it's incorrect. He's a smart guy. I'm
not smart. I'm not really that smart. I'm just willing to go out.
He thinks about it from a logistical side.
I think about it from, I think about it from a customer standpoint too.
Yeah.
And I think that's the logistics that's where not being a restaurant guy has really helped me. And I still say that I'm not a restaurant guy, right? That's where learning logistics and quality management has helped me so much in this business.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think you can argue that.
I still think like a logistics guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about this plan and this distribution plan. And I always have a backup plan, right? Always have a backup plan because, even yesterday, I'm worried about, I've got everything to do, but I'm worried about this customer wanted 2 pans of mac and cheese, custom mac and cheese. They wanted a Nashville hottie and whatever, and a barbecue mac. And I said, sure. When would you like it? 10 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, how are you going to do this? Nobody shows up until 10 o'clock. And I'm like, well, can't somebody show up like 15 minutes early? Well, how are we going to get stuff heated up? And I'm like, what am I, a chopped liver? You don't think I can stop by and get everything on and ready to go? And I mean, I can get that cheese sauce. I can have it all heated up and ready to go and in the steam well to go. So all you got to do is walk in and make the 2 pans of mac in 15 minutes. Customer will be here and off you go, right? Oh, okay. Right? I mean, that's whatever for the customer. And I tried to get that through to the new servers yesterday was we're a company that we're going to focus on the customer. We're going to focus on the customer, keep focusing on the customer, keep focusing on the customer. And then we're going to focus on trying to figure out how do we make it easier for the employee, and we're going to give them the tools, the employee. And at the end of the day, we're going to figure out, can we make any money doing this? But number one isn't going to be about, we're not going to penny pinch shit. We're going to focus on the customer.
Right.
Right.
Because if you don't have the customer, nothing else makes any difference.
If you don't have the customer, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. It doesn't matter what your food cost is if you don't have a customer.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I agree 120%.
And that's right. We have the same problem, with catering here. It's like we'll send we'll send the catering gal out on a catering and leave the catering office unattended. Well, we're getting much better at making sure that catering office is attended all the time. Because if you don't answer the phone, how much are you losing by they're going, oh, they didn't answer the phone, I'm going to order pizza.
Or right? They go somewhere else. I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that constantly of people saying, you answer your phone. We've called 2 other people, which kind of pisses me off. Why didn't they call me first? But that's beside the point. It doesn't matter. They at least called, and they said, we called you, and you answered your phone. Right. Or you got back with me. We sent you an email, and you got back with me. We've talked to other people, and they're always going to send us an email, and they never send it back, get one. So,
right.
But it goes back to what you're saying, focusing on the customer.
Right. Focus on the customer. There's nothing more important than don't make them wait 3 or 4 days.
No.
Because you'll lose them.
Mm. Yeah.
They want
people
response.
think it's like a. Yeah, people think it's like what's the word I'm thinking of?
Let me think
like
of an
a demand
for
thing.
that.
I feel like some people think that if I give them a couple of days, it'll make it look like we're busy and in high demand.
Yeah,
but
screw
in
that.
reality,
People are used to the world of Amazon instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Instant gratification.
I didn't realize how bad that was until I got a new chair and it took an extra day to get delivered and I was pissed.
Oh my God. You had a fit, right? I'm
like,
and it's changed too because I'm so used to next day and I'm ordering this restaurant shit now. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I ordered this on Saturday. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not getting this till Monday. This is bullshit. I need this Sunday because I need to get this shit. I can't wait till Monday to install this stuff.
Huh.
I think I ordered this chair. Monday or Sunday. And the fact that it took almost a week to get to me, I was like, that is absolute dog crap.
Unacceptable.
Because it's on Amazon.
That's the world we live in.
Only on Amazon, though. Everything else I expect to have, it'd take a couple days. But Amazon, I'm like, you guys should have everything. You're right up the street. What the heck?
Randy, so we kind of been redesigning and tweaking this kitchen, and we thought we had a place that we're going to put all the French fries and whatever. And I'm like, we need a single door freezer. And we have this beautiful, true single door freezer, right?
Right.
That I bought with the other restaurant. Door swings the wrong way.
Okay.
And I'm like, we're not walking around this door. There's no way we're walking around this door to get French fries every single time. Just not happening.
Right.
And Sherry's like, you're not walking around this door, are you? And I'm like, nope, I've got a $5,000 freezer and there's no way. And I'm like, there's no way I can reverse this hinge.
You can't reverse the doors on it?
Nope. I looked, I'm like, can I rig it? Nope. Did my research? Nope. Can't reverse it. She goes, you're just buy the damn freezer. Why did we buy any of this equipment anyway? You've got 95% of it replaced already anyway. And I said, yeah, I know. She just bought it all. So anyway, I'm looking at places, whatever. I can order the damn freezer on Amazon for the same price and have it here Tuesday than I can anybody.
Really?
Now, yeah. Now, of course, I'm probably not going to do that. I'll probably call the local guy and give him some business.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just because that's the way it was. And if Amanda listens to this on Monday, she'll probably want to call her favorite food service guy.
And by that, you mean when Amanda listens to this on Monday?
Oh, no. Sometimes she's a week or two behind.
What? Yeah. My own mother?
Yeah.
Well, that's hurtful. She hasn't been telling me that.
Yeah.
Huh. Things that make you go,
She's been busy. We've been working at her death.
That's true.
We have been working at her death. Her getting off at 11 o'clock on Friday, she was leaving at 3 o'clock. But I will tell you, her homemade cinnamon rolls on Saturday morning went over like crazy good with the servers. They're like, holy cow.
Wow.
I called her because I was like, hey, do you want to go take the dogs for a walk? And she's like, I have hours left. And I was like, it's 11:30. And she said, yeah, I have hours left.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
What the heck? It's fine.
Yeah. I'm like, you got one thing to accomplish. We have to have cinnamon rolls figured out, and how we're going to, in Wanda. Wanda's our new oven at the restaurant. Yeah. It's the
That's what you named her?
Autosham Vector oven, and it's Wanda. Right. And man, she's a bitch, man. She will cook, but we have not tested cinnamon rolls. And that was kind of one of the goals at the beginning of the week, is we have to test cinnamon rolls on Wanda. Well, we had used up all the cinnamon rolls for catering for the school, and a couple of weeks ago, because the catering was so big, she had to use all the cinnamon rolls we had built into inventory. So we had some boxed ones she had for the school, and then we had homemade ones. So she had to make up cinnamon rolls, and that took up most of her time. So we didn't get a chance to. I'm like, we have to figure out how do we get Wanda dialed in on cinnamon rolls and the process and everything. So process has happened in the other kitchen, not in that kitchen. So anyway, yeah. So she had to put in a little extra time.
You know what she was talking about yesterday?
I'm going out of town. She can slough off this week. I don't care.
There you go.
She won't. She won't. And you want to know why I know that? Because yesterday at my brother's football game, she brought up holidays. And she was like, I need to get Thanksgiving all figured out now because I got to start working on holiday stuff at the restaurant. Because 'tis the season.
It is the season.
She made a comment.
That's why she
took a couple of years off. That's
why she's on the payroll.
She goes, I only have Thanksgiving Day off this year, so that's the only day we can do Thanksgiving.
Bullshit.
Which is the only day we've ever done it anyway, but yeah, she's on. She's locked in, ready to go.
She is. It's great.
It's kind of weird to think that it's that time of year.
Yeah, holidays are coming up, Randy. You got your holiday meat pricing all done?
No, I haven't.
Have you even thought about it?
You better get on it, because customers are calling. We've got it online already. Well, I'm not sure. I think we got it online.
You want me to look?
That was, I don't know. Shayla was working on it, and we talked about getting it on the website, but I was the middleman there. I'm like,
we're going to have to, because we did a large catering wedding last night, and we did our turkey. And Marla,
how'd they go?
Oh, we had 3 people come up to Marla and want to know, are you going to have this at Thanksgiving? This type of sliced turkey? Are you going to have it at Thanksgiving already? So, yeah, it went.
Still show graduation?
What?
Huh?
Does it still show graduation there, Emma?
I'm looking. I hate Zuppler's setup. Oh,
but anyway, we had just rave.
No, it still has 2023 stuff up.
Yeah,
rave reviews on the turkey. So we'll be doing the turkey breasts like we do them for Thanksgiving.
But it does have your holiday catering stuff is up though. I don't know if the prices are updated, but.
Well, it should say 2024 on it.
Not on like the actual order online thing. It shouldn't.
Wonder what turkey prices have done. Have you heard what turkey prices have done?
I have. I've locked in my turkey pricing for the holiday season. And you know what? Turkey prices last year were like $2.10 a pound. We were paying for 14 to 16s.
Right.
This year, he said I would be safe to lock in at $1.50 a pound, and will probably come in less. So we should be 60 cents. We should be 60 cents a pound less. And so I just left prices the same. I'm going to make a little money on a turkey this year.
Why? What's the reasoning why turkey prices have went down?
Because he said all this bird flu shit and stuff has worked its way through the turkey flocks, and their turkeys are already in the freezer, and even if something happens, it doesn't matter. The turkeys are already in the freezer.
I'll be damned.
So he said we can expect 60 cents a pound less cheaper on whole birds this year.
Uh-huh.
How does that
work? They should be plentiful to get. How's that work?
I was confused. Now I understand.
Yeah. So anyway, we're kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly.
As you should. Turkeys are tedious.
Yeah. I don't think we're changing anything there. I really don't think we're changing anything as far as pricing. You'd like to do some different stuff, but man, we just can't. I'm a little concerned about what we're going to do with this new restaurant. You get open, and I know we'll probably do some individual meals there. I would imagine that's probably what we'll do. And I'd like to do some little pans of cinnamon rolls for Christmas.
Right.
But we're going to
It's interesting that you.
But we're going to have to teach.
You wouldn't even give yourself a year to kind of like get everything under your belt.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. That just kind of freaks me out, I guess. Maybe that's a me thing.
Nope.
Take a risk.
We got to teach more than one person how to make cinnamon rolls. We need to take 15 people how to make cinnamon rolls so that we can make cinnamon rolls.
So you can make cinnamon rolls. Exactly.
Yeah. Because they're cheap, they're high margin, and they just take a little bit of labor. And your mom has damn near perfected it. So we got to teach that to 10 different people so that we can have mass cinnamon roll making parties.
Yeah.
And knock a ton of them out.
I had a cinnamon roll yesterday that was in the shape of, it was in a cupcake wrapper. I mean, it was a little bit bigger, but I had like a cupcake sized cinnamon roll so I could eat it on the go. It was very interesting. I'd never had one like that.
Yeah, they were having last week we were working on cinnamon rolls, and so she was trying to figure out whether we wanted 9 or 6 to the pan, and we definitely want 6 to the pan, but then I said, I think we just need to change the size of the pan, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't want a huge cinnamon roll, but you want a big cinnamon roll. And the reason you want but you want a lot of rolls within that cinnamon roll.
Right.
But you want a big cinnamon roll because it's really cheap to make a cinnamon roll. If you serve a small cinnamon roll, you can't charge a premium for that cinnamon roll. But if you have a big cinnamon roll, you can charge $5.99 for that cinnamon roll, $6.99 cinnamon roll, knowing that a lot of these old ladies or guys are going to come in and they're just going to order cinnamon roll and coffee, right?
Right.
So if that cinnamon roll's big, it's going to be too big for them, but I don't care. Take half of it home. But they're still going to force them to pay $5.99 for the damn cinnamon roll.
And not blink an eye.
Cinnamon roll, if you have a small cinnamon roll, then you're only going to be able to charge $3.99. So then you're going to have $3.99 and a coffee. You're only going to have a $6 tab. Whereas if you have a big cinnamon roll, you can charge it big, and you can get your ticket cost up. Even if they have to take half of it home and can't eat half of it, they can bitch about it. But hey, that's the size of our cinnamon roll. But your cost doesn't go incrementally up. The cost of the cinnamon roll is cheap, right? So you got to make it big, but you got to make it good. So we may have to change the side of our pan. So we got more testing to do, but once we get the testing done, we got to get a lot of people making cinnamon rolls. Now, part of the problem with cinnamon rolls that Amanda tells me, because I've only watched and videoed once, is if you don't make them fast, then they start rising before you can get them done. So the first ones are perfect, then the other ones start rising, right? Which I said, this is real easy. I can solve this problem. And she says, how do you solve this problem? And I said, you go make the cinnamon rolls in the walk-in cooler. Make them inside the walk-in cooler, and they will never rise.
Right. Keep the heat away from them.
That was not met with very much, and that she did not like that idea.
Huh.
I mean, I don't really blame her, but
that's thinking.
Yeah.
That's something. That's something. The more you know.
So we'll get this thing open one of these days. I'm taking the week off. I'm going to the Jack.
Right. Well, good luck.
Jack.
This
how you
morning.
Feeling?
Well, I tell you what. This morning I was in a zone. I was trimming chicken, and I told Sherry it's the first time all year that I felt like I was just focused on competition barbecue.
Good.
That's exciting.
I did. I said, I remember in 2013 when I was cooking before I won the American Royal. I was cooking one morning, and Luke Darnell came over to me, and I was just zoned in. And I tell this story a lot, how I felt I was Tiger Woods over the ball at the 18th of the Masters down by 1. Right? And that's where I was in my game.
Right.
And I was like super ass focused. And all year long I've just been whatever, not been very focused. This morning at 4:00 in the morning when I was trimming chicken, I was like laser focused. I mean, every single chicken thigh weighed exactly 5.0 ounces. Every single piece of skin trimmed out perfectly. Everything just was smooth. And I just remember Luke Darnell coming over to visit, and he just turned around and he went, "Oh, fuck." And he's like, you're on a different level, buddy. You're on a different level today. And that's kind of the way I felt today. So
Good.
I just need to kind of get that
Keep
frame
that
of
momentum.
mind. Yeah, I need to get that frame of mind. And it's kind of funny because I went back. I was making sauces this morning. I'm like, brisket hasn't been. I went back to my old brisket sauce, and I've just been too lazy to go make it. And I went back and I made it this morning.
Good.
And then my pork, I was looking, and pork hasn't been scoring too well. And I think I made a typo on my damn pork injection. I'm reading it. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell did I do? And I went back and I'm like, what the fuck? I fucked up my pork injection recipe on a typo. And I've been following this recipe. I'm like, why has my pork been scoring? I'm like, fuck, it's all fucked up. So I corrected that on the spreadsheet and off I go.
Good.
This is exciting.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll score in pork. So, and who knows? If I don't, guess what?
Do you feel like you're in a good part of like, because you talk about when you want to peak, do we feel like we're in a good spot level wise of where
I've been cooking good. Going into Murfreesboro, I'd won 2 out of the last 3. Murfreesboro, we had a good cook. They didn't like our pork.
Which I still can't get over.
Randy's not getting over, but I mean, we hit in chicken, ribs were up there. Brisket. We had a decent brisket. Maybe it was a little on the overside, which I could have adjusted a little bit, but I feel like we can turn in 4 good meats. I just feel like that we're to the point that I know what needs to cook. I'm not struggling with anything at all.
Good.
And so
it's a good place to be in.
Yeah, I just feel like I can hold my own against the competition. I don't feel like I've struggled with anything. I feel like we've cooked consistent, and we haven't cooked that much this year, but I feel like I'm also in the right frame of mind because when I've got a shit pot full of stuff on my plate, that's when I do my best. Like when the American Royal in 2013, when we won the American Royal, that week, remember I shot diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah.
So we were at the Royal, and then I had to go back and shoot diners, drive-ins, and dives, and come back. Win a lot of shit. The other year in 2000, what the hell was it? 2018 was it? We had something. Oh shit! We had a hurricane happening down in Florida or something.
Right.
Happening when it was going. I mean, we had all kinds of shit. When I have a lot of shit on my plate, I seem to do better. When I have a lot of shit on my plate than when I'm just jackassing around.
Right.
So anyway, I got a lot of shit on my plate. I got to get a menu priced out. Probably could use a coach driver on the way down and that I could spend some time, but I'm hoping I can just have some quiet because the phones never work in the holler. So
no, so you won't be bothered.
I am taking the T-Mobile hotspot so that I can communicate because I do need to get this menu priced out while I'm down there and get that. And they're going to keep continuing to cook, and we're going to, get that. And they're setting up the servers, and they're, going to continue their one-on-one trainings, get them trained in the cook's training, and maybe hopefully get some customers. I don't know how we're going to do it, but get some other people eating this food so we're not just.
Oh my God, I'll be there.
Themselves.
Don't worry about it.
Just same one.
Show up any day and walk in and.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Usually 10 to 2. There's so much food that you can eat. I would recommend The chorizo, yesterday the avocado toast was the clear winner, followed by the Monte Cristo. The Fiesta omelet and the Buenos Dias skillet were like crazy good. Anything chorizo related has just been killer good with the queso and just out of this world.
Yeah, I might have to go check that out.
Just pop in. Everybody else does.
Yeah. I'll give my mom a call. Don't want to just show up uninvited.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just walk in and say, hey, I'm here to do an on live. And then we got to figure out, are we going to shoot those things from the holler? Because
we could. We did last year.
We're going to have to figure out, when do we find time to do that?
I mean, I'm a morning person. Just
let's do that when we get off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Randy's ready to
go, and by God, 9:48. So I'll be. Hell, I might get this gray tank installed. I think I may just gain a half hour of my life.
There you go.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, this was episode 77 of Cue the Mic. If you guys haven't already, subscribe or follow us on social media.
8 more than 69.
That's
Who
right.
8 more?
Let's not answer that question. Anyway, if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod or find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Randy, take it away.
Boom. Out of here. Finished. Done. Hasta la vista.
And I am a little disappointed that we didn't have a combine, a mower, or any other distractions. So, with that, boom, we're out of here.
I'll see you guys next week.